I am Kristi Eramo, and I placed 9th at the 2018 CrossFit Games. I thought the 2018 Games, I thought it was a blast. Completely different, not a ton of pure CrossFit, a little bit more athleticism and just trying coordination and kind of figure it out as you go. And so that was a really cool test. I had never seen a paddleboard. They gave us about 4 minutes to try it out, and I fell off multiple times, so I wasn't feeling too confident heading into the race. And then the handstand parallettes, I thought that was a joke. I was like, seriously? I am not a gymnast. I may look like a gymnast, but I have never been on parallettes, and I'm not typically good on my hands. So finishing that event for me was like one of the highlights of my games. When I saw a truck bike, I was super excited. We thought some sort of long triathlon, some sort of long road bike, which I'm great at. I do that all the time. And then when I heard crit, it was like, oh my gosh, cyclocross all over again, but we are on asphalt. Like, this is gonna hurt and people are gonna go down. So I was terrified, to be honest. My goal was to not get last and to also come out in one piece, because there's people who aren't confident on bikes and you're riding side by side with someone where if somebody's wheel buckles, like, you go down. So it was like being aggressive but also being defensive. I thought it turned out to be a super cool event. And I think even on lap 9, I was thinking, wow, this is so cool. This is something I would have never gotten to experience, and now I can say that, I've raced in a crit. I was totally scrambling. I was watching every YouTube video that I could find on, where to weight my handlebars, where to have my feet, how to lean into the turn, how to not break into the turn, because your natural instinct is to break as you're going around a corner, which actually makes the wheel lock up, which is more likely to kick you out and slide. So like for me, I was wanting to break in the time trial. My time trial didn't go super awesome, and I ended up, I think, finishing with the top 20, which I was totally happy with. But yeah, I was definitely looking at every strategy, every video, trying to figure out how to conserve energy, how to make my turns faster, because I was used to riding in a long straight line for 70, 80 miles, not riding around corners as fast as I could. I did not expect to win the muscle up event. I knew I could be probably top 3 to top 5, but I just, all of these girls are phenomenal athletes. So I was like, there's no way that I'm the best at that movement. Like, I think I could be up there because my practice time was super fast, but I also I knew Camille, we talked and our practice times were right with each other. So I was like, okay, if there's 2 of us already, there's gotta be other girls. And that one was really cool and really surreal for me because I think it took me like 6 or 8 months to get a muscle up when I started CrossFit. And I had several people tell me like, you'll never get one. One of the first coaches in my gym, it was in Louisville, Kentucky. My shoulder mobility, they said I was too tight. Like, they were just like, you're not gonna get one. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll see. Yeah. And it did take me a while, but I think the fact that I worked so hard on my technique actually ended up paying off because my technique has turned out to be really good, where I didn't just struggle just to be able to get on top of the rings. Like, I tried to learn the right way. And I think that has really paid off. I have just focused on, lats. So my lats were super tight, so just constantly banded lat stretches, constantly opening my chest because I was a swimmer, so my pecs are really tight. So, stretches on the rig or anything I could do to loosen up the pecs, and then triceps as well. So just kind of focusing on, that's where that Sidekick does come in, scraping. So like, just however I can improve my range of motion in those areas. So stretching, foam rolling, scraping, all sorts of things. My favorite event this year, I would have to say, was the CrossFit Total.
Really?
Absolutely. Being a smaller athlete, I was super intimidated, but I had my plan and I PR'd both my squat and my deadlift with numbers that I never thought I would ever be able to hit. So that feels really, really good because it's like, wow, all my hard work is paying off. I'm getting stronger. I work on pure strength all the time. Like, I love conditioning and I love cardio, but strength does not come easy. So I'm constantly weightlifting, and I've come to love it, and I've come to enjoy the process and the journey. So to go out there, and I think I had one of the higher back squats, especially with my body weight, it was like, wow, this is super cool. I think my cardio is still there. Like, I'm running the fastest intervals on the track that I've ever run. And that's kind of my gauge, is like, can I still run? If I can't run, then I'm like, okay, we gotta start working that back in. But I think that pure strength just helps me in all aspects. Like, if I can continue and maintain my cardio, it's gonna help me on that assault bike where typically I would struggle. I just need more power output. I think sometimes you just have to realize, like, is it the program that's making me better, or is it the effort that I'm putting in? So if it's something that I really need to work on and we're on a progression, then I'll be like, okay, you're gonna squat, I'm gonna do my squats, we'll squat together, but maybe it's not the exact same rep scheme. But as far as the workouts go, it's just an effort thing. Like, a program doesn't make you better, it just helps you fill in holes. But if I'm just going through the motions and just checking things off, I'm probably not improving. Where if I have a really good friend who I'm gonna have a ton of fun with, and we're gonna work super hard and get a really great workout, that's gonna be more beneficial. Like, you wanna feel good about your workouts, you wanna give it 110%. So if that means we pick and choose, like, hey, you have this movement, okay, let's do that, and then let's combine it with this. So we kind of just meet in the middle, but then you feel like you got the best workout you could have gotten, then you got better that day.